Yeah, it's rich in Bunley goodness.
Do you remember when you lost your passion for this work?
I invited another friend. I hope that's okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And welcome to the lunch table, where we get together with friends in the fandom and hang out, have a great time, get to meet some folks we haven't met before, just to kick off the weekend, because that's how we do here. It's Friday, weekend is coming. Just chill and have a great time. So without further ado, we are going to kick it off with, of course, introducing my co-host, Fat Steven Seagal. How are you doing?
I'm alive. How are you?
You're alive.
Yeah, I'm alive. I'm good. I'm actually. It's been a crazy week actually. We had the celebration on Wednesday. Thank you for dropping by. We had Mandy drop by. Ords, Robert Meyer Burnett dropped by, for God's sakes. Purple Valkyrie love. You remember? It's been a great week. It was a great uplifting.
Yeah.
Am I hearing an echo, or is that me, or is that water?
It might be water. I'm sorry. Cool. I'm like looking in StreamYard and I'm like, where the heck is the chat? And the chat's like gone.
Chat's here. It's been being a ding since yesterday. RM Briggs brought up. Roger Haynes sent you a thumbs up sticker.
Yes,
but Martin Muses is here.
Oh,
Cuber's
awesome. Cuber's here. Chow's here. I see we have a brand new channel member, Midnight's Edge After Dark. So thank you so much, Tom, for that. For those who are channel members, Wednesday, I think I said 8 p.m. Eastern, special members chat. Basically, welcome to Florida After Dark. So we're going to be looking at all those spicy Florida man stories we couldn't do the regular stream. So you guys are going to have fun seeing how it is that I find these weird ass Florida stories. So we're going to have a blast with that. So that's Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, just for channel members. So we'll hope you go and check that out. And yes, thank you so very much, Roger H, for that $1.99 Canadian super sticker with the thumbs up. I so appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Let's see. We have Zachar at 315 says, howdy, Lorena, Fat Steven, Lucifer, and chat. Very, very good. You know what? Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, I'm going to bring in our guest.
Oh, dude, he's awesome. I like his accent. I like his voice.
Yeah, he is a very, very, very cool accent.
He's very he's welcoming but very dark, because I don't think he can afford light bulbs.
Can he afford a torch?
I don't know. He's wearing sunglasses in a dark room. I mean, it's like I don't know what movie it was, but it's like, yeah. But I've been watching him he's a great guy to have in the background when you're just like doing stuff. He has his own kind of talk show, and he really focuses on independent creators and stuff. And it's really well done.
I was laughing because torch is the first British term I learned as a kid for a flashlight. That was yeah.
When I hear torch, I think Torchwood.
Torchwood. I think torches and pitchforks. But yeah, I had to say that.
Oh no.
Without further ado, though, let's bring up our guest, Lucifer Storm. How are you?
I'm doing good. How the devil art thou?
I am doing quite well.
Excellent. And yourself, Fat Steven, how the devil art thou?
Still fat. Still appropriate fat, but it's going well. And how art thou? Great conversation, Steven. I'm out. Definitely like high school prom dance all over again. Oh, he's coming over to talk to us. No one pretends he's there.
Well, dude, I'm so glad you're here. I didn't know who you were at all until Fat Steven's like, yeah, I got this guy I want to book. He's a comic artist. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. And that was, I guess, a couple of weeks ago because we booked this show out so early
Yeah.
because we don't have that many spots. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. So then I pop on the Midnight's Edge and you happen to be on there. And I'm like, I think you're supposed to be on my show sometime soon or whatever. But
This
yeah,
guy?
this guy. I was just like, that's okay, all right.
I'm gonna have to
well,
talk to Steven. What the hell, man?
You're gonna have to have a little no, but it was just cool because I think that was the first time I'd run into somebody who was
Yeah.
a future guest that I hadn't run into yet. And I'm just like, okay, cool. But dude, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
It's gonna be an awesome time here at lunch. There are 13 folks. Are you watching? Thank you so very much.
Awesome.
Our guest here is Lucifer Storm. I know it's well, I guess it's past tea time where you are.
Yeah, it's just gone 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. It just stuns me how at 4 o'clock everything like stops.
Yes.
It is like it is the craziest thing that happened. I thought people were joking, but then when the first time I went to go visit the UK and I was in London, I was just like, oh man, they were serious about that. It's not just on television. But it's the coolest thing. It's absolutely the coolest freaking thing.
It's very friendly and welcoming that way. It's not all this busy, hectic noise all the time. It's you come to 4, 4:30, and they roll in the sidewalk. And, there's still a couple of bars you can go visit if you want to party. But most people are like, you know what? I just want to chill.
I know it's a really cool thing. It's a really cool thing. And I've heard people tell stories about going to certain people's houses for tea and what's being served isn't so good.
Yeah.
So they're kind of on. They do not go to tea again.
When I look at Lucifer, like even now, it feels like he's like that tea time where it's like the tea. It's like you can have some tea, but still the whole pretense is a calm, no F's to give at the same time. He just sits there, he's like, I have no F's to give. If I could write that on my sunglasses and still see through them, maybe they would. Right there. I have no F's to give.
Well, I know our folks in the chat definitely have some to give. So let's see. We have Zachary at 315, Howley, Lorena, Fat Steven, Lucifer, and chat. Always great to see you, Zachary at 315. We have Keely Chow, Roll Tide, says, hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Keely Chow's favorite team. I think it's, I'm sorry if I get this wrong. I think it's University of Alabama. And their mascot is the Crimson Tide.
Oh, nice.
So when people have the mascot stuff, they say Roll Tide for the Crimson Tide, but literally for like the swag that they have, there's like a stick and it has a box of Tide detergent and a roll of toilet paper. It says Forget the number one finger. No, they have a Tide box and a roll of toilet paper on a stick. That's for roll Crimson Tide.
You can't misinterpret that message, can you?
No. Alabama is a hoot, that's for sure. And we have Snooterpoopus Q Bird that says, hello, humans and other critters. So welcome and thank you so much, Snooterpoopus, for being a channel member. I appreciate that. And then I see Teresa with the waving hand and the rose. Thank you so much. We had an interview premiere with Teresa yesterday at 5 p.m. Yes, awesome. Amazing. So please do go back and give that one a view. And let's see, we have Dadman Walking 55, another channel member, says, hello all. Good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see, Phil TMNT. My laptop is being extremely wacky. I see a really beautiful woman on the screen. Hello. Hey, Reina Creole. Oh, well, thank you.
Oh,
thank you so very much. And let's see, we have John 42 says, hello, Reina Creole. And I see, let's see, milkshake, soda, sword and armor. Great to see you. Thumbs up. Well, thank you. Good to see you too, John 42. And let's see. John Pearson says, good morning. I'm not highlighting it because something happened with StreamYards and I can't highlight your chat in StreamYard. So I kind of have to pop it out.
What you could do is pop yourself out quickly and back in. That might fix it. I can save his channel link in the private because we only have like one link in the private chat right now. If you
Okay. So I'm doing this. So this is on purpose. I'm not
This
having
is my show. I'm
not having a boomer moment or a Gary moment.
Well, hold on. Before you, no, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? All of a sudden, the internet goes down.
Okay,
the power of Grayskull. She's back. Thank God my nipples are not showing. I like how she takes a drink. I'm like, if that was beer, it'd be done already.
See, Battle Cat should have shown up behind your shoulder and then went back.
Oh man, honestly, I did look at the toys from the series coming out, and I can't wait for that battle. If they have a Battle Cat, like the animation on that is spot on, but we'll get into that later. I'm just got excited again.
Yeah, I saw Battle Cat and he was freaking cool. Let's see, Chris Quackernaut. I hope I said that right.
What the hell?
I got my first vaccine shot today. Woohoo! Side effect headache. Oh well, good. If you wanna get the vaccine, go ahead and go ahead and do that. Diablo Dame, good to see you, my dear. Says morning/afternoon all. Awesome. Glad to see you. Deadman Walking says, I am off from work today, so I'm free to chat fully. Yay. Well, that's great that you get to talk. And let's see, we see Jonathan McCracken says, morning. Good morning. Well, good morning to you. And let's see, one thing I want to say from Deadman Walking 55 says, go Gators. Yes, University of Florida. We have alligators here in Florida, and they like to come in your house and swim in your pool. Yes, they do. That's why you don't leave the doors open, because they'll just roll in your house. The pool, different thing, that they'll sneak in there and just sit in the pool. Oh man, we have like 20 people watching. Thank you so very much. Our guest here. Yeah, this is fun. We just kind of just like to chill out here.
Yeah, the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no real drama. Well, we might get into some nerd discussions. That's probably the only drama that we have, aside from me maybe accidentally kicking myself out the stream when I click the side button on the Game and Mouse, and kick myself out. So we usually have two screening questions that we ask. So as you are from the UK or in the UK, hope I have that right, it should be an interesting question. So what are your memories of lunchtime at school?
Oh, my memories of lunchtime at school were sneaking off the school premises, going down to the woods near the back and being like, right, who's got a cigarette? Come on, let's smoke. That was pretty much all of my lunchtimes at school.
Wow. So they didn't let you smoke at school?
No, not at all. I mean, like, I think if I remember correctly, you guys in the US, it's like you got to be 18 to smoke cigarettes, and back when I was at school, you had to be 16 to smoke cigarettes. So even at school, when you were 16 years old and you still had a few months before you left, they still wouldn't let you have cigarettes. They wouldn't let you go smoke anywhere, so you had to sneak off as slyly as you could.
Oh, okay. Because I know at my particular school, if you were of age to be able to smoke, your parents had to sign like this form, and then you had like this area outside that you could like go and like smoke at.
It was called the middle of the street. They just didn't tell anybody.
That's
no.
Cool.
Play in traffic, have a smoke.
I laugh, but our school was like a prison.
Well, think about it, right? That'd be the best game ever. It's emphysema Frogger. You can kind of avoid the cars and catch your breath at the same time.
What? Really interesting outlook on it. But no, we had to always sneak off to the woods that were like just close by the school. And once in a blue moon, the PE teacher would come along and he'd find you and you think, oh no, it's going to be like 2 weeks detention or whatever. And he'd be like, right, give me one of your cigarettes because I'm dying for one as well. And then he'd end up smoking with you.
Like I quit a couple years ago, and I quit cold turkey and you switched to vape, right? And honestly, it was a lifesaver. And I finally got my dad, who was after 40 years of smoking, to quit as well. And he is now the grumpiest bastard ever, but I still love him.
Of course. Yeah. Believe you me, I need to give up. I did during the beginning of the pandemic. I gave up for about a month, and then I got really stressed out. And I was like, well, I'll just have just one.
Pack.
And it started, and then it started being like 1 cigarette a week, that turned into a couple of packs over the weekend, but it's okay because I can stop on Monday. And then before I knew it, I was like, oh, I'm back on the habit again. Never mind.
Like you're going around, like, I'm just gonna clean out the ashtray and lick the bottom of it, and hopefully I get a little bit of nicotine for tomorrow's paycheck. No one's gonna notice. Then you realize you're on webcam, and it's one of those big ass shows. You're like, oh, like the window on a mirror. So I'm not horrible. I'm not worth it today.
Oh my gosh, that's too freaking funny. I'm still laughing at the emphysema frog comment.
Someone can do that too.
Yeah, there you go. Miss the log. You know that cough. Pushed yourself out to run over my train.
You have like little packs of camels on the middle of the streets, power ups that don't really power you up; they just power you down.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it is. That's trademarked.
Let's see. Chris Quackerdot says our shop teacher never had a problem with you smoking if you bummed him a cig too. Oh well.
Wow.
That's funny. It's funny how so many of them, you know, were just like, hey, if you're gonna smoke, you know, you need to, you know, kind of cut me in.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if not, there would be heck to pay.
Who what's this happen? Because I know when I lived in LA and I used to go on the Paramount lot to go to some of the Star Wars sets. Avery Brooks, the security guy, it's like this older guy. He was really nice. He liked to smoke a lot. So every time I showed up on set, I'd have cigarettes for him. So if he saw me, he knew, I'm gonna get me some cigarettes. I don't have to go pay for it. So somebody said, you shouldn't, you know, enable his habit. I'm like, look, he's that old. If it hasn't killed him by then, you know,
exactly.
Now it's not my fault with that. He'll be perfectly fine. He was perfectly happy to see that. Hey, Lancer 737, I see you. Says hi, the Reina, and I see the Gunsmithy, and I just read his comment. I see the B_G_C, and I see a hamburger and 3 wine glasses. Ooh. I have never had 3 glasses of wine with a burger. I have had wine with a burger before, but not 3 glasses of wine. Diablo Dame says, I'm old enough to remember student smoking areas in high school. Yes. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They would have these areas as long as you, I don't know how they checked. I don't know how they checked if you had, the form signed or not. I have no idea. John 42 says, I think you had to be at least 16 or junior in high school at my school in Mississippi back in the 70s and 80s, but that all changed to staff only.
Taking away everyone's fun.
Yeah, I know. They're just like, it's gonna kill you. And
why don't they put the same type of warning on like marriage before you get married? You not only do you lose half your stuff, you lose half your soul, half your sanity, and you wonder why you're sleeping on a bungalow on your buddy's bed with ketchup stains all over the carpet. It works better when I'm Ugandan Knuckles and saying this. I know the way.
It's like I tell people, you treat that like it's a contract. Something's not working for you, it's time for a contract renegotiation.
Absolutely.
The worst thing is, if you guys ever seen that one picture where it had the couple in divorce court splitting up their Beanie Baby collection, and just like that's just I'll find it if you've never seen it. It's like the saddest picture ever.
No, I'm mad because I watch the show Divorce Court all the time and I do not remember that episode. I don't know if you've ever seen that show before, Lucifer. We have the show over here in the U.S. I kid you not. If you have Hulu, you can probably find it. It's called Divorce Court. It's been going on for I think maybe 10 years or so. Yeah, they actually have divorce proceedings, and it's filmed. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, but it's also a life lesson at the same time.
Now, that brings up an interesting question. Like who is the worst person in this situation? The producers who said, you know what, when people are going through divorce, one of the hardest times ever, let's film it and put it on TV for people to watch, or the fact that so many people watch it that it's still going.
Oh, I
mean,
don't know.
I got it for
I
I
may
got
be
it
the
for
devil,
you.
but I'm not a monster. I wouldn't do that. I would not film these people and put it on TV.
Your name's Lucifer. You just said you're not you're the son of the devil, aren't you?
You know,
I'm not the devil. Look at the skeleton.
I honestly think for some people they are more apt to behave better.
Yeah.
If they're like on film, like they're not in a closed
True.
courtroom, like everybody's watching, and it can be to the point of, do you see what so and so and so and so did? You know, when they run divorce court. That's what I'm thinking. Could possibly happen, but no, I never would have thought of the concept of, hey, let's drop a camera in here and in divorce court so everybody can see your divorce proceedings and all your dirty laundry, and stuff like that. But I tell people it provides some seriously teachable moments.
Oh, I bet. I would love to be in the editing room with the editor who's like talking to the producer going, do we want this shot of the guy crying, or do we want to wait till he really breaks down and take this shot and use that instead?
Man.
Most of those shows fall under the drama cells, right? So I don't think they give a damn about the people they bring onto the show and their feelings. They just want people to feel like either outraged, side with one side or the other, or just it's I think reality TV in a way was like a virus in the making, and it's gone to the point where it's killed a lot of stuff. I don't care what bikini you wear and how hot you look on an island. It's not going to change the fact that there's no actual content there, because we can see the same type of thing at the bar at 12 midnight, or when last call happens and one girl hits another man's boyfriend, and it's all you hear is like the Mexican crack sounds in the background. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
See, you say that, but you haven't seen me in a bikini on an island. So.
I've pictured it. You flew in through a window last night and you were smoking a cigarette and going, have you heard about my comet?
I tell people sometimes it's like I can't really ding reality TV too much, because when things in fandom got to be to the point where I couldn't freaking handle it, watching shows like Bridezilla and Mama June, which I gotta blame Mandy Wart the Wizard, because dang it, I had weaned myself off of the Mama June show, and then I find out they've got 2 more seasons, and dang it, I'm watching it again. I was, oh God, I just didn't it. But anyway, 22 people watching. So let's get to know some more about you, Lucifer. So not supposedly, you are an independent comics person. So how did you get into YouTube? What got you started with that? Let's start with that question first.
Bro.
I got into YouTube around the same time that I started my career in comics, because I'd spent like so many years after school going from dead end job to dead end job, and some not so dead end jobs as well. Like I've had experience in psychology, dealing with child abuse victims and stuff like that firsthand, which is a very dark kind of thing to be dealing with. But hey, someone has to do it. And I was also the front man of a heavy metal band, and we did quite a bit of time touring and being in like the studio and stuff. And then in 2000, it was the year 2000, my dad got diagnosed with prostate cancer. And that was something that kind of like hit my family hard and divided the family and all this mess that came with it. And that was a hard thing to deal with. And I was still going from dead end job to dead end job. And then bear in mind, the doctors had said to him, like, you've got 6 weeks left to live, kind of
right.
thing. Get your affairs into order. And this is how stubborn my dad was. He was like, 6 weeks? Nah, more like 10 years. So 10 years later, that's when he finally passed away, and it was a bit of a shock to the system. You know? Even though me and my dad, we didn't get on very well, we still had like a certain amount of respect for each other. We were 2 very, very different people. And his passing away was just like one of those wake up moments where I was like, why am I doing jobs that I hate, living paycheck to paycheck? Life is way too short. I was 28 at the time, and I was like, no, I can't keep going on like this. So I had that moment where I just sat down. I was like, well, what do I want to do? What do I want to do with myself? And I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to tell stories. Ever since I was a kid, I was trying to write and tell stories. So I was like, okay, I want to do that. Film is not really an option for me, but comic books are. And I love comic books. So I'm going to go down that road. And whilst I was doing it, I needed something to take my mind off of comics the whole time. Because when you start working for yourself in an industry like this, it's all around you 100% of the time. And every now and then you need that little break from it. No matter how much you love it, you need to take that break from it. So I started doing YouTube, and originally I was doing like these unboxing videos going, hey, look, here's my movie collection. Here's my DVD collection. That's how long ago it was.
At least you didn't say VHS, dude.
Oh no, there was some VHS in there.
Okay.
Was that like a line you used at the bar too? Hey ladies, do you want to see my DVD collection? He opens up his wallet and it's like this really big folded poster and it's a big picture of his closet going, yeah.
Oh no.
Want a drink?
My chat up line was a lot worse than that, because one of my first jobs was selling double glazing over the phone.
Oh no.
So I used to talk to people. They would start unloading on me going, oh, I've got all these problems. I'd be like, well, here's how you fix it. And they'd be like, are you sure? And I'd be like, trust me, I'm a tele salesman. I know what I'm doing. And that was it. It was all fun and games from there. but yeah, so I started off doing just like unboxing videos and being like, oh hey, I've ordered this edition of this movie from Germany or the US or whatever. And like the community that was around then for that kind of thing, like DVD collections and Blu-ray collections stuff, it was a really good, strong community, but it did start to fall apart. And when it started to fall apart, I was like, this isn't fun anymore. So I'm going to walk away from it and just, keep my focus on my work and stuff, which was absolutely fine. And then I found myself only like a few years ago going, yeah, I really want to do YouTube again. I kind of got that bug again, but I don't think I want to do the movie collection stuff. And it could be a great tool to help promote my books. So I started off doing videos on the process of making a comic, like drawing some fan art and stuff. And then a guy that I knew who was subscribed to my channel, he was like, oh man, do you know anywhere on YouTube where we can find content about how to write comics? Because writing comics is a much different beast to writing a novel or a movie or whatever. And I was like, no, I don't. I haven't seen any of that content. But I know how to write comics. I've won an award for my work in writing comics.
Oh, cool.
I think I'll start doing some videos on writing comics just to test the waters. So I did like this one video that was like, a guideline to the basics of writing comics, the things you need to keep in mind when you're writing a comic book script.
Right.
I didn't think many people were gonna watch it whatsoever, and then I left it for a few months, came back, and I was like, oh my god, there's like 79,000 views here. Maybe I should keep going down this path. And I did, and that leads to where I am now.
Cool. Wow, that's I love asking people how they wound up in YouTube, because I got peer pressured into YouTube. That's pretty much the story.
I had a question though. Favorite comic book character?
Favorite comic book character? Oh no, see that's
how about
really
the one
tough.
that caused? How about the most favorite that created the inspiration for how Lady Satan is now?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just want to thank Mr. Tickle Trunks for that lovely $2 Canadian super sticker with the Shiba Inu dog with the farting hearts. That's one of my favorites. So thank you.
I love Mr. Tickle Trunk. He is a legend. Everyone should take a leaf out of his book. He's just such a great guy.
I love his new avatar. His new avatar is pretty kick-ass. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. It's hilarious. I love it. I freaking wish StreamYards was acting right so I could highlight it.
It didn't fix itself?
No, it didn't.
Is there a pop-out chat option? I think there's a look at your chat. Is there like the 3 dots at the top? I think you can pop out the chat.
Oh yeah, that's how I'm watching it.
Oh, okay.
I have a chat popped out. Yeah, freaking StreamYards.
Yeah, but I'm too fat for StreamYards.
Oh nah. StreamYards decided there was one person to pick on per day, and they picked me. They picked me for the day. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fat Steven. I mean to interrupt.
What?
I think.
The question was, who was your favorite comic book character that led to the inspiration of Lady Satan?
I can't really say that it was a comic book character that led to the inspiration of Lady, but
Oh.
it kind of was and it kind of wasn't. When I came up with Lady Satan, it was because I was going through quite a bad personal time in my life, and I just wanted to keep myself on track. And one of the things that I thought about was, you know what, explore some public domain characters, because publishers don't just want to see what you can create, they want to see what you can do with someone else's character. So I started looking through some public domain characters, and I found this one called Lady Satan, and I was like, okay, let's see what she's about. And I took a look, and I realized very quickly the reason why she was in the public domain. The original creators did not know what to do with her. The first issue, it's Second World War, and she's a spy. And then the next issue, she's a witch fighting werewolves. So there was this, she was continually changing. It just felt like a blank slate to me. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to take the name. I'm not going to take the character. I just want the name. And what kind of character would I come up with that calls themselves Lady Satan? What kind of person has, and what ordeals have they been through where they get to a point and say, you know what, I'm going to be a vigilante of some sorts, and my persona will be Lady Satan. I want everyone out there who's doing bad things that I have to punish them for, I want them to be really scared of me. The best way to do that is to tell them I am the devil in some incarnation. Like, what sort of person goes through that? First answer was a very damaged person, and it just started to unfold from there.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I mean, I'm looking at stripper turned vigilante. Okay, I'm already dialed in. I just,
sold just like that.
sold. And the reason why is like is this, when you're saying about damaged people. One of my favorite movies is The Players Club, and it's about this girl. I don't know. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it.
Oh yeah. Ice Cube produced it. He's in it, and
Brilliant.
this girl who she's turns out she's a single mother, and she's trying to make ends meet, and she's selling shoes at a shoe store, and these two women walk in who are obviously strippers. She doesn't know. And they're telling her, why are you working here, making this chump change? And she's like, I do okay. They're like, no, you could do much better. And she's like, well, where do you make your money? And they're like, the Players Club. So she gets sucked into this whole world of, they're very blatant about just what goes on there and what happened to her and how she had to freaking deal with it and all that. It's a cool movie, but there's so many things about that life that it makes a perfect character to this. So that's I found that really interesting.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was that led me to decide that it should be a stripper. Like, that was kind of like an afterthought in the process of developing the character. It was more kind of like, okay, trying to reverse engineer this character who's out there, who kind of breaks some of the rules of revenge stories, but in a good way. And I just got to that point where I was like, well, they must have been through one of the worst ordeals a human being can go through. So what is the worst ordeal that anyone can go through? Because it's going to be different for each person, but there has to be one that we all collectively go, yeah, if I was in that position, yeah, I would lose my mind too, kind of thing. And I came up with the conclusion of, well, no one's ever survived being in a snuff film. What if this person had? Well, they would probably call themselves Lady Satan and go on one hell of a revenge mission. So I got to that point, and then it was kind of like, okay, well, what sort of person is abducted to be the lead in a snuff film? Like, when you've got whoever it is going out there going, okay, we need someone in the lead role for our next movie. Obviously, they're not holding auditions. They're not going to upper class actors or anything like that. No, they're going to go and find someone that they think, who's going to miss this person if they disappear? And in the minds of a lot of people, that would be someone who works in an industry like working in strip clubs and stuff. So it just started to fall into place that way.
Wow.
I'm also available for birthdays.
But the one thing that I notice about you and a lot of other independent comics authors, this is why I'm so passionate about bringing you guys on my show, is that you are passionate about your craft. You are passionate about your product.
Yeah.
And it comes through in how you speak about it. It comes through in how you market it. It comes through in all of that, which is in stark contrast to say the likes of Marvel and DC. Good freaking God. It's like, yeah, exactly. Who, what? Don't we use that for toilet paper?
But that's not even that. IDW has gone down that road too. Like I told you last week, their Boba Fett comic had 37 variant covers, more than the pages in the book.
That's just ridiculous.
And then you see stuff from Marvel, like now Captain Marvel is now the Sorcerer Supreme, and I'm like, this is why I only buy back issues.
That's a nightmare come to life, isn't it?
Yeah, the only ones that are still sexy is Vampirilla and Red Sonja, if you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky. And don't expect them to be around for too much longer.
No.
Oh, hell no.
No, they're already working on Red Sonja, and I'm not, oh God. I mean,
I have a question though about your project. At what tier, when it gets unlocked, do you provide a poster of your DVD collection?
Dude, if you want it that badly, I'll just give it to you.
Thank you. Can someone clip that, please? He just said he'll give it to me. That's all I wanted.
Oh yes, and I'll also give you a poster that is a photo of my DVD collection.
All right, you can give me a poster of the DVD collection while I'm being given to. This is great. Saturday Night Horror all over again.
Wow. We have a hardcover edition. This is like awesome. I just get like this pulp, like a
Tank Girl feel. That's
vibe.
me.
Yeah, that kind of like feel. It's like it's really gritty.
This is what I like about hearing other people's thoughts on the campaign, because everyone comes up and goes, you know what this reminds me of, and it's always something different. And I really like that. The fact that no one can pin it down and go, oh, this is a replica of X. And everyone else goes, yes, it is. No, everyone's got their own opinion, their own perspective on it. And I really like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, Tank Girl is like one of those movies that if you've seen it, you remember it. And as much as you see mutated kangaroos, you love it. But when that image sticks in your head, especially when you see the comics and the other stuff, it comes from that generation of when we were watching MTV Oddities or The Max. Or Aeon Flux, and you don't forget that, because they were able to deliver that a certain way in a real life film, but without taking away from the comics that ruined it. Then we got Charlize Theron's. Was it Theron's who did Aeon?
She did Aeon Flop.
Aeon Flop. Was it Aeon Flop?
Aeon Flop. You're funny. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I like about it, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much.
When is your ship date?
It's going to be towards the end of July.
End of July. Okay.
So only a couple of months now.
Yeah, you're like fully backed and all. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's in demand at least till the end of the month, and then then the campaign's gonna stop so that I can knuckle down and get the rest of it finished and get everything done in time, and then. In August, I'll be starting the pre-launch process for my next book.
Okay, great.
Please don't tell me it's around the world in 80 buffets, or like 80, but it's all cigarettes instead.
No. It's still on the. Lady Satan's quite a serious story, quite a heartfelt story. It is exceptionally dark. There are going to be moments where I say to the reader, "The gloves are off, and you will watch." Okay, but with the next book that I'm doing, it's still dark, it's still for a mature audience, but it's got more of a gallows humor to it, and it's called Ed Gein Demon Hunter. Which, if you know anything about the serial killer Ed Gein, it's gonna be a good old time.
I don't know about him, but I know why. I probably shouldn't admit this. I am partial to serial killer stories for some reason. Before I became an engineer, I was going to become a homicide detective because the criminal mind freaking fascinates me,
Yeah.
which is why for a while before they screwed it up, I liked the series Dexter. Have you heard of
love
that?
Dexter. Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Loved it right until after season
I'm
4.
terrified.
Yeah. And then
What?
I was like, no, I really don't think I like this freaking show anymore.
Yes.
It's just, yeah, but that's what I liked. For some reason, it just fascinated me. So that sounds cool. It's coming up. That's awesome. Well, folks,
Thank
I
you.
have the link to Lady Satan in the description box. So please do check that out on Indiegogo. So in demand until the end of this month, end of May, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so folks, you got to get on that because I know I'm going to get in on that. So you guys have to all get together.
That's
So
a good segue.
this is more of, so speaking of clueless ass mainstream comics. Stephen, you want to kick this off?
Yes, well, Gary here, I believe is I'm going to click on his name quickly. He is the co-creator of the Punisher, Firestorm, Power Girl, Vixen, and Ms. Marvel. Not Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, the one that Rogue took the powers from in the '90s X-Men cartoon. For most of that, remember that stuff. And is a writer and producer of films and I don't care about the Dodgers fan stuff. I don't care about baseball. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. But they had a lovely tweet on the 11th, and it was American comic book artists are taken deservedly to task regularly for outrageous sexist treatment of women. I have yet to see it. But rarely do I see any commentary on the rampant sexism and misogyny of manga. And manga, you never start a sentence with "and," dude. What the hell? And manga is incredibly popular with younger readers. And then he decides to pop up this image, as everyone can see there. I'm going to get rid of that real quick. Okay. Oh, you can't see that, can you? I'm not going to show it. It's just a big boobed anime girl. And let me look. Does that look misogynistic to his original Power Girl right there? And look, I even posted. I even posted the anime version of her. I don't see much difference. Do you?
Not really.
Can I just say the guy who created the freaking Punisher?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the guy. And he's he created this character.
It's not even about misogyny at this point, Lorraine. What I'm thinking it's coming down to is the fact that manga here, or even anime, is selling more. There was even a person who put, look at that, co-creator of cries about boobs. And
that killed me when Az made that comment. But yeah, because I don't get it. Like, oh gosh, what the heck was her name? There's one anime character. People were mad because her boobs were too big or something like that. I can't remember the name of the character, and I'm like, what's the problem? I don't. Her. That. Yes. Her.
Yeah, that's my big old bust. But that's it. But it was actually Yellow Flash did a video this morning, and I saw it because I was in there and it popped up on I was in the Twitter thing he was going through. But someone had a video of Barnes and Noble,
right? And
it's showing that not only has the whole section been taken off the shelf, they have a small nook now for graphic novels, and manga is taken over. This is all it is. It's attack on manga. What he's trying to do from this post is get the cancel culture psychopaths who want to cancel things like butt shots in Mass Effect, for God's sakes, make Tito look like the Abby lesbian lover of death, and move on. That's all it is. He's trying to get something canceled so everyone focuses back on the mainstream comics. You know what's going to happen? Nobody cares about mainstream because you've turned it from a book that you're supposed to escape into, let's say, a history textbook where you feel like you're just going to have an exam at the end. Exactly. No one wants that.
Oh, hold on 1 second. MB Geeks, let's talk. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Says, hello, help. I am working on my den. I am a guy. WTF do I know about decorating? LOL. I did find out that 30 pair show racks are great for a TV series I have. Dude, I'm a woman and I suck at decorating. I have to look at pictures and say I need this and this. I can put the stuff together though. Go figure.
Reach out to someone on Twitter called Rowan Ginger Raven. She actually does room design and she might be able to help you to find the type of racks that She'll ask the size of your house, but she actually does this for a living. So reach out to her. Her name's Kate. You'll know her. But dark design.
She's a professional. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm too busy laughing at the Opus thing. This is hilarious.
This is incredible. The hypocrisy from the guy. You know, like, hey, I'm going to create a character that, you know, in multiple issues we've seen him blow off people's heads with a shotgun, because violence and gore, that's okay, but you show a bit of cleavage and you are scum. You know, that's just a really weird hypocrisy to have, you know. And it just with people like this, I think you're right, Fat Stephen. It is definitely an attack on manga, because manga is selling in the millions. And mainstream comics, they're lucky if they sell 250,000 copies of one issue. And even then, it's probably because they've created 50,000 variant covers. So it's actually one guy who's now going bankrupt, going, I bought all these because I thought they were all different issues and I was wrong. No. And their life is now going in the gutter. You know, like, it's that whole, it's a very narcissistic approach to take. It's someone who's saying it's not my fault that people aren't buying comics, it's their fault. It could never be my fault. And like I said, you know, that's something that narcissists do.
It's also not even narcissism at this point. We're at the point now, everyone has now become and followed on the bandwagon. If I can victimize myself, I can make someone an enemy, and I can look like woe is me. It's the same thing that's going on with Jeff Leach, Activision, and Facebook. That's the voice actor of Ghost from the Call of Duty and Warzone, right? He got fired. He got unpardoned from Facebook. This has all been in the last 7 days because Zombie Unicorn took clips that were misrepresented and used it to saying he was being sexist and misogynist towards women, when literally he was dealing with a troll in his chat. So now he's doing lawsuits against certain people. And this is the same type of thing. Your drawings are doing better. Your books are doing better. And you know why they're doing better? Because Japan doesn't give a fudge. They don't give any fudge. They don't fudge. They don't care, because they're due for one thing. They respect the body. They respect females most of all. They can make them look beautiful. They can make them look fat, and they don't care, because it's there to make a story. It's about art. It's about making people entertained. I hate when they do this.
Absolutely, because what I was going to add is my my nephews. Now that I think about it, they didn't read any mainstream comics. Anytime I would take my nephew to the bookstore, it was all manga all the time. That's all he wanted to read. I'm like, don't you kids read comics? He's like, no. It's all manga now. So I'm reading through some of it. I'm like, well, shoot, no wonder people are interested in this, and it's been selling, you know, like crazy. Like, I used to watch anime, I didn't have enough time, and I finally started getting back into it because I binged Demon Slayer. Lord, that movie messed me up. That's all I'm gonna say. But you know, getting to just watching it and watching just how well the characters are written and how well the characters are treated, it's like, no wonder people are into it more than mainstream comics. But mainstream comics are pissed because they dropped the ball and they have to blame somebody, so they're going to blame us.
Yeah, absolutely, because they can't seem to get their heads around.
I think this is definitely how Power Girl would answer, because literally they made her look, I think it's perfect. I'm sorry.
That's my favorite one. I love that for so many reasons.
It's literally like hold my beer, but it's done with like the hold my tapioca.
That is absolutely beautiful. Fantastic.
Except for the Burt eyebrows. I don't know why they put Sesame Street eyebrows on her. I still can't figure that out.
But it's just ridiculous. It's like they're projecting because they don't have certain assets in real life that they have to be mad at comic book characters, which to me is ridiculous.
Well, there's so many things to take into consideration. I mean, we've got this massive cancel culture as well as outrage culture. So you've got a group of people who are offended by anything and everything, and I'm
offended by that
stuff. Exactly.
I'm offended by that, right?
You know what? I'm offended by the word "and." Right? Imagine
you don't put it at the start of his sentence. That's not how you start. He should know this. He's done so much.
Exactly. So you know, you've got all these comic professionals who they want to have an easy life. They've got editors breathing down their neck all the time, reminding them it's not your character, it's ours, and you do it the way that we want to. And they're so focused on all these people who are on Twitter, Facebook, all over the place, saying, hey, if you don't fix it so that it's how I want it to be, then I ain't going to buy the book anymore. And they're thinking, oh no, we don't want to lose money. And if they cancel us, then my career is over, my life is over. Because at the end of the day, everyone has a deep, dark secret that they will take to their grave, that they will never tell anyone. That includes me, that includes you, and that includes Fat Steven as well. It includes everyone in the chat. And imagine if one person finds out and decides, you know what? I don't like this guy. I'm going to ruin his life by exposing that. All of a sudden, it's a terrorist situation. And they don't seem to realize this.
It's the same type of thing. Public airing your dirty public laundry. You don't do it. You never do it. No matter how much you feel you've either been slighted, you've been hurt, you leave it at the door. Like even with comic book artists, like they show something, they're trying to go along with the new generation to the 3%. And when they don't like it, they start yelling at everyone, calling them all names. Like, really, that's a good way to make money. Give me your money, you bastard. You know, like, come on, give me more of your money. You fuck. It doesn't work. And then you look at their past work and like, where along the line did you go from someone who created authenticity in a character, didn't care, made them beautiful, made them eye-catching? That was the whole point of a cover too. Would you like to see my wet napkin with the boobs that are covered up by body armor?
Wait. This is Ms. Marvel. I didn't read Miss Marvel. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and look, her belly's showing. Oh
What's
my God,
wrong
I'm
with
offended.
you freaking people? See, this is the kind of comic book art that I remember. And the kind that I would collect, because the first thing you did is like you looked at the cover, and the cover art is like what made you want to open up the book. Which one is this one from?
What does that say down there? It's the Spiral series part 3. But look what it says on it. There's Jerry Conway. Oh my God, there's breasts in there.
No way.
Yeah,
and stretchy material too, nonetheless.
Oh,
before I forget, thank you so much, Butt Crack Media, for the $2 Canadian super chat. Says, hey, Lorena and Fat Steven. Yeah, he's got a funny avatar too.
Oh, I just want to show this also right away. That's Punisher. That's from the actuals, I believe, the swimsuit.
What?
The swimsuit Marvel issue they did. That's Punisher. I think that's Conway's Punisher. And that's Power Girl, and then you got these guys going, bruh. So why is he talking about the sexism of like the Punisher here in his skull bulge armor? What was that, skull bulge armor? I don't know what you call that. Looks like a comb because he has a pubic hair problem. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Holy crap.
You've never seen this, Reina? Look for the Marvel Sports Illustrated swimsuit, and all of the heroes,
I have never seen that, and I'm upset and embarrassed that I don't have that in my possession.
Even Marvel's embarrassed by this because they will never do like this again. But I believe it was a Sports Illustrated, and it was called Marvel's Sexiest Heroes, and they had them all like at the pool or at their oases and stuff, and it was all of them.
Not only that, there was a Punisher series called Punisher Armory, if I remember correctly. And each issue was basically a gun catalog. It was just illustrated. Each page was a single splash page with a different weapon on it that the Punisher was meant to have in his arsenal, with a great description of how it worked, what damage it could do if you shot it at a certain range, if it was a close range or far away or whatever. And that's all it was. And that's still okay. That's still okay. But this...
You do this right? You know what? These people, the hypocrisy is just amazing. It's just...
It's not legit. There's no tapioca drink in the middle, so I can't believe that.
That's true. No Starbucks,
There we go. Look, there's
coffee.
Anime and there's Marvel. Like, remember, 9% Marvel. Like, there's Miss Marvel again right there. This is the one most people remember. There's Scarlet Witch. All of them are in skin tight Except for that one with Spider-Woman, I can't look at her anymore after seeing that one issue where she's pregnant and swinging around the city. That was messed up. That was messed up.
Thought that was okay.
A lot of people with pregnant fetishes. It was bad.
Okay, all right. I'm like, who thought that was? I have to laugh because there was an issue of Vision of the Scarlet Witch, and I forget who the darn I forget who the bad guy was. Whatever, he was in some like get up. And he wanted to go see the Scarlet Witch. And when he saw her and she was pregnant, he acted like he wanted to throw up on side. You're not the Scarlet Witch. I remember.
This sums it up right here.
You can't do that now, though. But
this sums up any artist who does this. You know what this is? This is the world's smallest violin.
It does, because how dare you try to ding other creators or other genres who are doing the same thing that you made your money off of doing.
Yeah.
Is it just so you still keep getting invited to the parties? Because at least be honest about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd have more respect for them if they were honest about it and going, look, I don't want my career taken away. I still want to go to the parties. I still want to be in the club. It'd be like, okay, fair enough. I think you're a dick, but fair enough.
I got another one for you.
Yeah. Full disclosure, you can't be mad at me because I was honest with you.
Yeah.
Here,
absolutely.
all right. There you go. Now I'm going to show this.
Okay.
This is the old issue. That Reina, you haven't seen. This is the swimsuit special. Thank you for the right title, CJ. It's right there. There's nothing derogatory, but this is what you'll see in the Google search. There's Storm, Rogue,
I like Rogues. Oh,
Psylocke, and then look, you even have Wolverine. All of them at the beach. Come on, man! Look at Gambit. Actually charged underwear right there. Even there's. I don't see what is different from now and not then. You got Jubilee.
Is this Cyclops? No,
there,
Colossus.
Yeah.
Okay, I see Cyclops. Colossus. There's Colossus. Okay.
Look at Storm. They made them beautiful, but everyone knew they were still strong. That their body figures didn't make them misogynistic. They were never artworks of misogyny. They were artworks of heroes who had the bodies they did because they were always working out, training, and defending normal humanity from the things that were attacking not only them but mutants as well. This whole thing is bull crap, and I don't get it.
I know TD Psylocke looked hot AF. That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too when I saw it. Dadman Walking 55, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says, since they can be cup holders, I need to buy a pair.
Oh, there's your new thumbnail. You want to talk about misogyny? Look at that. That's bad.
Oh wow. I kind of like that actually.
Yeah, I didn't want to show too much because I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, they already slapped us with limited ads, but hey,
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Don't even worry about it, dude.
Wait, is that Punish? No, that's not Punish. That's Namor, I think, right? But look, he's even holding a giant snake. Can you not see the innuendo here? Come on, man. Grow the hell up, Marvel.
See, this is what I like, because they would do stuff like this, and you got the jokes, and you understood it, and you like the fact that they just went and freaking did that. It's now,
God damn! Come on.
I think what we're seeing is, it's very easy to throw the term cult out there. What we are seeing is the cult of wokeism or social justice or whatever. But that is literally what it is, a cult mentality. When you look into the history of other cults, especially the one that I kind of always compare it to is that of Jim Jones and Jonestown, because there are so many similarities between what happened with Jonestown and what's happening now. Jim Jones wasn't just a preacher who was passing on the word of God. He was also very active in going, no, I want there to be racial justice. I don't think people should be ostracized because they're gay and stuff. And he built this socialist utopia where he gave priority to people with different colored skin and different sexualities and stuff. And look what happened. It all ended with him saying, okay, if we want to prove to people that we are serious about the cause, we've got to kill ourselves. And if you've ever heard the audio recording of the last hours of the people at Jonestown, it's horrifying. It is nightmarish. He even says on the audio tape, your children don't want to do this. Keep them still and we'll give them a hand. And instead of making them drink Kool-Aid, he was injecting them directly with the poison. There is so many similarities when you look into it with great detail. It's worth looking into the history of where all this political correctness comes from. It's scary, it's dark, but it's very, very important because these people who are following it.
A hot dog sign covered up stroke with wearing nothing but a Punisher skull. He's like hot dogs. If I said Punisher looks like a whore. Like
oh God. Wait. Wait.
Yes, look. Before you close.
Okay, first of all, I'm sorry. What was dancing behind him? It looked like freaking what are those little things?
Oh, that's SJ and that's W right there. That's all SJ and W right there. This is we're gonna go right. This is Conway, and this is the people who think he cares, and this is the guy who doesn't care. I don't know.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up.
I can't tell if he's holding a pose or holding in a fart. I can't tell him. It almost looks like he's Fred Flintstone at this point. He's wearing weird glasses. Do you want to take the red pill or the blue pill, Neo? Like look at it carefully. It looks like that. It's like Fred Flintstone mixed with Morpheus.
Oh my God, I can't.
You can. Look at Bishop, for God's sake. He's ready to work out and take your powers.
Why does Bishop look like he's rocking a Jerry curl in that?
Oh my God. It's Little Richard Bishop. That's what it is. Little Richard. Look, he got so much of this stuff. Like, look at the beauty in Heroes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I would take this over just the crap that they are just trying to shove down our throats now. So, oh God, it's just disgusting. Hey Tom, how you doing? I see you. He says Lucifer in big, huge capital letters. Oh my gosh. But what is definitely not crap, obviously, is
my joke.
Yeah, what is the Lady Satan independent comic. So please do get in on that before it all closes the end of May. And of course, please do go over here and subscribe to Lucifer Storm's YouTube channel. I have those links in the description to his YouTube channel, to his Twitter, and also to the Indiegogo campaign. So that is all over there. So we can wrap up. Lucifer, is there anything else that you have going on that you'd like folks to know about? Any upcoming live streams or appearances?
Not at the moment, but there will be soon.
Okay.
You need to do a special page now, like that Power Girl thing, but with Lady Satan holding the cup in her breast. You really got to do it. But instead, or it could be like, or just the ashtray somehow in there. You just smoke it. Just do something. You could parody
She's
that.
She's just got a cigar sticking out.
Yeah. Wow, I'm not going there. I'm going to leave it at that.
Whoa. Did I just say something that made Fat Steven lost for words?
Well, it's that. I can't tell if it's me or my genitals are just confused. I'm going to leave it at that. That Punisher bulge protection he's wearing.
Oh my! I'm not going to be able to get that out of my mind whatsoever.
Just remember, guys, if you can find a large, like one of the biggest movie poster styles of that Punisher, send it to Lorena because I bet she would love to have that somewhere.
Yes, I will.
Right above the bed on the ceiling. Right above the bed on the ceiling, just so you can look up and be like, I could use a hot dog right now.
I will display that prominently somewhere because just the hypocrisy is something else.
Oh, God, should we display right where my face used to be on the live screens?
Oh my gosh. Well, folks, we are going to wrap up here. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us with Lucifer Storm as our guest. Again, all of his social media details are in the description box. It's been a great time. We're going to have you on a longer stream, dude, because
I'd love to.
This was an absolute blast. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, I believe at 3 or is it 2? I think it's 2 p.m. Eastern is Culture's Friday in-flight show. So please definitely go and check that out. Fat Steven, is there something going on Pop Culture Mindfulness?
Yeah, I forget who's there. I have to double check, but we do have an interview, I think at 3 p.m. Eastern. Board's also doing his Mario Kart after FNT.
Yes.
I will be starting up a short gaming stream once this is done and Reina stops yelling at me for whatever I did, because I know it's going to happen. Limited ads! It's going to happen. That bastard, get back in the kitchen. That's about it. And thank you again for anyone who was here, who was at the celebration stream. That night was something I really needed, and it was fantastic. Thank you.
Good. It was very well deserved. So glad you're at 1K, Fat Steven. You definitely do deserve it. All right, folks. Well, thanks so much. I'm gonna send you some Twinkies too.
No, I don't want. What is with you people and trying to kill me with diabetes?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you Twinkies.
The next Quaker State commercial guy. I am Walter. I have diabetes. I'll be wearing
Bye, everyone. And if you're watching this on the replay, thanks for checking out the replay. And please do like and share the video. Thanks.
The stream is brought to you by Tapioca Balls. Where else are you going to put them?